guys, I have a confession. My name is Rob. I'm a recovering fat guy. Now, most people on my channel, they know that I usually post either philosophical or current event style videos. This ain't one of them. If that's what you're into, don't watch this. But if you want to know a little bit about me, feel free to keep watching. The point of this video is, I used to be a fat guy. I was 295 at my heaviest, and I remember going on YouTube and just searching weight loss videos, what people were doing to lose weight, and they kind of helped me a little bit. And I just want to add, my voice into the ether, and if someone sees this video, it might help them. So I'm going to get started here. I'm going to tell my story about how I lost about 120 pounds in a year and a half. And like I said, I started at 295. Well, before I even start, to all the fat guys and gals out there that may be watching this and they want to lose weight, let me tell you the secret. It's not, some fad diet, which is some work and whatnot, but the first thing you need to do, you gotta make that decision in your mind. You need to make that decision and say, you know what? I'm gonna get in shape. I'm going to be healthy. I'm not going to be fat anymore. My moment of zen, I guess you can say, it had to be over a year and a half ago, was when I went to the store and I had to buy a 48-inch jean. And let me tell you something. If you're not fat, that's like the biggest size you can buy at like a normal person clothing store. And I told myself, there's no way in hell I'm going to a big and tall store. That ain't me. I was always kind of living in denial. Like, I'm not that big. No, I'm not that big. Like here, these were the pants I bought. It's one of my, I'm indulged to have my fat guy pants moment. But these are the pants, the last 40 I ever bought, and I decided to lose weight. These are it right here. I can literally fit two of me in this now. That's how big this. I used to be this goddamn big, and I hate myself for it. I was fat like my whole life. I'm 29, and yeah, I was overweight my whole life. Always ate the wrong food, and I can tell you right now. Let me guess here. You're probably drinking a lot of pop, probably like stopping at a gas station, getting like a 40-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew, stopping at, you probably eat fast food. Let me guess, you probably are eating fast food at least 5 times a week, if not, dare I say, every day. All right, not cooking for yourself, not grocery shopping. Stop before you do anything. All right, before you even try a diet. And before you even try to find out what diet's best for you, because I actually have done 2 different diets and I lost weight both ways. And by the end of this video, I can tell you right now, I will piss off both low-carb and paleo diet people, and I will piss off vegetarians and vegans. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Anyways, stop eating pre-processed food. Stop eating the amount of sugar you're eating. Sugar's fine in like normal food. Adding it to food is not good. Stop drinking pop, please. It's not good for you. It's horrible for you. Like, see, my problem was my dad used to work at a Pepsi plant for forever. So like I grew up with Pepsi, Mountain Dew in my fridge all the time. Grew up with my hand. And that's why I was hugely fat. I had to give that up. Imagine 20-some years of drinking that, thinking it's okay, and it's like it was a substance abuse, and I finally I broke it. Don't get me wrong, I still have cravings for it, unfortunately, but I compensate. I drink more coffee, I drink tea. I try not to do it. I'll have it maybe as like a cheat meal, but on cheat meal I'll have a Coke or Pepsi, but that's it. Anyways, lost my train of thought. This is what you gotta do. You gotta make that decision to lose weight, but once you do that, easiest thing to do, If the food comes through a window, you don't eat it. Don't eat fast food. And imagine it's poison, and that's what it is. All right. Now, once you decide to do that, I would say try eating a little healthier and whatnot. But this is what I did. Now, first, I started working out. I joined the gym, and for like literally over 6 months, I lost like 10 or 15 pounds. It wasn't that much, and I was going to the gym like 5 days a week, working my ass off, and I wasn't really seeing that huge thing. And it's really more about diet than it is about exercise to lose weight. Now, to really get in shape and build muscle, obviously exercise, but just to lose weight fast, it's all really about diet. Now, what I did, I kind of looked up a bunch of different diets. I decided that I would try low carb, and I pretty much did it. I did the whole, you go into ketosis. I'm not a huge expert on low carb. Go search it up. But basically, you eat a majority of food that has very, very, very small amounts of carbs. That means no bread, no pasta. I tell you right now, as a fat guy, I used to love ketchup. Oh my God, food was the condiment to my ketchup. That's how bad I was. I had to cut that out completely. I said no bread, mostly no condiments. Now, some ranch sauce is good. Don't get the light ranch sauce because it's a high-fat, low-carb diet. So you're actually going to eat a lot of fat doing that if you do low-carb, which I did. So I'd use some ranch sauce. I had to compensate for the ketchup, so I would pour hot sauce over everything. I always try different hot sauces. I always had to have condiments because as a fat guy, you use condiments. So I would make my own like hot sauce dip because mayo apparently is it's not healthy. Obviously, they eat a lot of mayo, but it's a low-fat diet. And one thing I love about low carb, it's not a healthy diet by no means. And anyone who stays on that diet for longer than 6 months is crazy. Don't do it for that long. You do it to lose weight fast, and then you get off. It's like the risk involved, but it's a quick jump to it. I highly recommend it if you want to lose weight fast, but once you lose that weight, you need to get off of it, which I did. But anyways, low carb is like the dream fat guy diet, and I absolutely mean that. I would take mayo, just pure mayo, add hot sauce, and mix it up, and that'd be like my dipping sauce for like chicken and whenever I'm eating, I wanted some condiment, that'd be that too, or like hot sauce. Now, always cooked all my meals, never ate out, and my wife would help cook as well, obviously, and stuff like that. Breakfast became the most important meal of the day. No, everyone always says breakfast is the most important meal of the day. On a low-carb diet, you need to like stock up on energy in the morning because you'll be starving hours later. Now, also, fair warning, you do low-carb, that first week is hell because you're detoxing your body from all the sugar intake. Whew. It is hard. It is so hard. But once you break through that, like the low carb flu they call it or whatnot, you'll be fine. But anyways, this is what I would do. And also, I'm jumping around everywhere. But let's start for the morning breakfast. I would have like 4 or 5 strips of bacon. I would have like 4 scrambled eggs. Layer it with you put some cheese, some salsa on there, some hot sauce. Or I would make like an omelet or scrambled, whatever. That'd be my breakfast every morning. That, or instead of bacon, I'd use sausage. I'd mix it up. I'd make a bunch of different. I'd make omelets. I'd make scrambled eggs. There'd be a bunch of different stuff I would make. But long story short, I would do stuff like that. Eggs are fine. Bacon's fine. Sausage is fine. All that's good to go. All right, and I would layer it with hot sauce and salsa and cheese and stuff like that. Lunches I usually would have. Depends. I would take leftovers from the night before and use that as my lunch, or I would just have like a chicken breast with some steamed broccoli, something like that. And then dinners I would usually have like either a steak or one thing I like doing. I would have a double cheeseburger. I would have a double cheeseburger with some bacon, and without the bun, obviously, and some cheese, and put some ranch sauce and hot sauce on it, and eat it and cut up with a fork and knife. But I would do stuff like that. There's a bunch of different things. One thing really cool, I would have. You can't have fried chicken, but Parmesan cheese is like a great substitute for breading chicken. I know it sounds weird, but I would also use this for fried fish as well. You take Parmesan cheese and you would batter like you would normal, you're going to fry chicken or fish, but you use Parmesan cheese instead. It tastes pretty similar. It actually tasted really good that way, so I would advise doing that if you really need that fried taste in your diet. As for caffeine, I'm a caffeine addict. I love coffee. I kind of weaned myself before I even started because I was looking into it. I would always use cream and sugar in my coffee. I would drink a lot of coffee, I still do, and I had a lot of pop. I started already slowly cutting out pop before I even got into low carb. And all my coffee, I immediately went just cream or sometimes straight black. But try cutting out before you even do it. If you're very huge into you need your caffeine and drink a lot of pop, try just having cream in your coffee, no sugar, and do that for a while. Wean yourself into it before you start going to it. You have a better chance of succeeding on low carb because you can't have sugar. So you can't have pop. Coffee's okay. I would put cream in there or nothing at all. And when you use a creamer, try and get a creamer that has no sugar in it. Don't get a creamer that has sugar because then it's defeating the point. You can buy creamers at the grocery store that have no sugar in it. Now, one thing I also found that worked for me that may not work for you, I'll get those every once in a while, because sometimes I work a really long shift at work or whatnot, or kind of as a treat. If I'm really feeling like a caffeine headache coming on, and sometimes that would happen, I would get one of those low carb or zero carb energy drinks. I know energy drinks are horrible, you shouldn't drink them, but come on, you don't expect a smoker to go cold turkey. I can't expect a caffeine addict to go cold turkey either. So it's a step in the right direction because it's low carb and it kind of gets you through the day. And there's zero sugar energy drinks as well you can use and whatnot to get you through the day. Now, I did that for about 6 months, low carb. Now, what I would do, I would set myself up a goal. All right, I was like, you know what? Every 2 weeks, assuming I lost at least 10 pounds, if not, I would wait till I lost 10 or 15 pounds. I'd always set myself a new goal. You'll lose weight fast, but then it kind of trickles down lower and lower. I would literally set myself a goal, and I would once I hit that goal, for one meal, not the whole day, not the whole weekend, one meal, I would have a cheat meal. I would have like a beer and a deep dish pizza or some Chinese food. I don't know. I would have one cheat meal where I didn't care about carbs. I would eat whatever I wanted. Then the next day I'd go right back on it. And some people think that when you do that, it helps reset your body into low carb. Like, I'm not a low carb expert, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. So, but please, if you're fat, research low carb. It might work for you. It definitely worked for me. Within a 6 months time, I got down to about 205. And back in December. Now, I always, during this whole time, I was always weighing myself, like literally every day to see where I was going. And literally in 1 week's time, eating the same food I've been eating for the last 6 months, I started gaining weight fast. In 1 week's time, I gained 10 pounds. Eating the same thing I was normally eating. I wasn't doing a bunch of cheat meals. I was eating all low carb. And a lot of people that want to go on low carb, at some point, they plateau on weight loss and they actually start gaining. That's what happened to me. And considering I was from 295, I was down to now 215 because I went down to 205 and went back up to 215. I'm like, you know what? I lost enough weight as possible on that. time to jump ship and do something else. Now, this is where that whole segment right there that I just talked about, I'm sure I have made a lot of low-carb people and a lot of paleo people happy because I'm eating mostly meat, almost meat every day, every meal, the whole time. My wife and her friend like wanted to become vegans and stuff like that. They're like, I'm like, whatever. I'll try some plant-based diet. Don't tell me, I'll still have cheese from time to time. But I decided, you know what? I want to try eating healthy. I'll try a different diet. Maybe that will work too, because this worked for so long. I'm going to try something different. So I decided to go on a plant-based diet. Now, which is literally the complete opposite of low carb. Low carb is all about meat and proteins, and it's all about meat, period. And I decided to go plant-based, and I was introduced to almond milk. I got rid of dairy milk. And let me tell you something. Once you have almond milk, you'll never go back. I don't know how people drink dairy milk. I can't stand it anymore. I want to throw up trying to taste it. I love almond milk. I have almond milk in my coffee. I drink it every day. Amazing. Like almond milk, it's pricey, but it's so much worth it. But yeah, anyways, I went in December, went plant-based and started going on YouTube. We started looking up recipes of different stuff, mostly vegetarian stuff, some vegan meals. And the whole thing when people going bitching about vegans, yeah, I can't stand it when they go on the whole what about the animals thing. I don't care. I know I'm pissing off vegans doing that too. I'm doing it for dietary reasons and because I think it's healthier, and I'll be honest, I like the food. But that's it. But anyways, going through this change, because you kind of have to, when you've always eaten the same food you've always had your entire life, and you want to eat something different, you kind of have to do some research. You gotta find recipes. There's actually a lot of great vegetarian, vegan YouTube channels out there. I highly suggest you go find some of those. A lot of people out there that make some great meals. So it's fun to watch. People like me just hitting record on their phone, like, this is what I'm making right now. It's actually pretty cool, and it's like YouTube is literally the access to everyone's little individuality of what they can do. I don't know. I've learned so much through YouTube. It's insane. Anyways, I've discovered so much new food. Like I've discovered I love Middle Eastern food, like falafels and hummus. Like I put hummus on freaking everything now. I've discovered a lot of Puerto Rican food. I like plantain. I never even had a plantain before, and then I'll cook those up all the time. I never had a date. Dates are like, they're basically like an oversized, they're like an oversized, like an oversized raisin, but they're really sweet. And I got a blender. Now, one thing, like, you're gonna go plant-based, you really should get a blender. And we got like $100 blender. I forgot the name of it. It works great. And like I'll make in the mornings, I love bananas. I'm like, oh my god. Never really used to eat bananas, but once you go plant-based, like, you need something, and I'll eat bananas all the time. And I'll freeze a banana, and I'll make like this, I call it my own personal breakfast food, my breakfast drink that I'll have with toast or something else in the morning. And I'll freeze, I'll brew coffee the day before from like whenever I'm making coffee, and I'll save some and I'll pour it in ice cube trays, and I'll put that in the freezer, and I'll throw some bananas in the freezer. And what I'll do, I'll throw the frozen banana, I'll throw some frozen coffee ice cubes, I'll throw a couple of dates in there, mix in a little almond milk, blend that. I got myself like this crazy caffeinated, coffee flavored banana date smoothie / shake drink, whatever you want to call it. Whew, love it. Oh my god, it's my drink every day. I've done that I can't get enough of that. I don't know. But yeah, I discovered like a crazy amount of different food. Indian food. Never really had Indian food before. I'm eating Indian food. That's like I'm expanding my palate, like trying all this different food. It's kind of liberating because it's like I feel like I'm experiencing food I've never had before. Now, weight loss wise, I was, like I said, I was 215 when I started doing that. I'm now 175. So I've lost like, what, 40 pounds doing that. Immediately after doing low carb. And I plan on staying this way. Like I said, I'll have a cheat meal. I'm not like a hardcore vegetarian vegan. I'll have a cheat meal here and then, but I'll be honest, I don't really miss eating meat. I know that pisses off a lot of some people. Like, well, I love bacon. Like, good for you. I love it too. You know, but it was just a personal choice. I decided try to eat more healthier, and in the last 6 months, my mind, I feel like I can think more clear. I have more energy than I've ever had before, and like my mind, I'm just happier with my mind and my body, and yeah, I don't know. I never thought. Asked me 10 years ago, would you be eating a plant-based diet and give up dairy milk and give up pop? And I'm like, no, I like all these things. You know, and like here I am, and I'm you know, I'm eating all that stuff. It's try it, but don't. But if you're really a huge fat guy, let me tell you, do low carb first, or at least look into it. Or if you really want to go healthy, go straight. Like, I'll be honest, I don't think I'll be eating a plant-based diet right now if I didn't do low carb. Like, I think that made me be able to accept a different diet, a more healthier diet, because when you're eating nothing but meat 3 times a day, every day, oh my God. I kind of wanted to do it because I was getting tired of eating the same stuff all the time. Also, if you're still watching this, great trick. One thing that my two biggest, I don't want to say tricks, but that really helped me was, first, I kind of mentioned it before, hot sauce. If you don't like hot sauce, learn to love it. It's very low calorie, 0 calorie, low carb. Put it on everything, because I used to be a condiment person. You need that, get it. It helped me get through a lot of food I didn't really want to eat, but like it helped me get through meals, because I needed something. So hot sauce was what worked for me. Second, the biggest thing the littlest thing that made it so much easier is I never, throughout the whole time, I never starved myself. I ate till I was full. Plus, one thing I really did was I would go to the store and I'd get I'll get either doing low carb, I'll just get a thing of mixed peanuts, a bunch of different, like, almonds and peanuts and stuff. You can get a jar of them at the store. And I would snack throughout the entire day. If I felt like I was getting kind of hungry, I would have a small handful. And like a small container about this big would literally last me almost 2 weeks. And I would just grab a little bit at a time and snack on it. It's high fat but low calorie, and it kind of filled me up just enough to get to lunch or to get to dinner. Because that way, when I got to lunch or dinner, I wasn't eating a bigger serving than I needed to eat. I only ate what I really needed because I wasn't that hungry. I only ate because I wasn't going throughout the whole day starving when I got to dinner, like, oh my God, I'm so hungry, I can eat everything. No, I would keep eating a little bit throughout the day. I think that really helped me a lot. I'm not sure, but I did it, and it really helps me do it. Now that I'm doing plant-based, I'll still have a little bit of nuts, but I'll get the trail mix with like raisins and dehydrated, like, pineapple and stuff like that, like, trail mix bags. Now I'll do the same thing I was doing on low carb, but I'll kind of mix in a bunch of fruits in there as well. Anyways, I hope that this video is helpful for anyone trying to lose weight. That was my story, going from 295 down to 175. Lost 120 pounds in literally a matter of a year and a half. You saw the beginning of the video. I had the photos up in the beginning. If you have any questions, if you're a fat guy, you need someone to talk to, or you have a question on what I did or whatnot, my social links are down below. Please feel free to message me if you had a question or concern, or what are you doing wrong or anything like that. And if you're also interested in my other content and want to learn a little bit more about liberty, because that's what I really talk about, please subscribe. Anyways, if you want to liberate your mind, the first thing you gotta do is liberate your body. All right. Peace, love, liberty.